Friends, that's a beautiful proverb in English. One can buy a bed but not sleep. It tells us that you can buy any material things under the sun with money, but you cannot buy happiness with money at all. Happiness is something which should come from within. It is something you have to cultivate in your own mind. The recent incidents too show that money cannot prolong your health. Man, even in rich countries, wealthy countries, stand bewildered before debilitating diseases like COVID-19. People die like mayfly every day. The death toll increases day by day. So money cannot buy happiness. There's a beautiful story about that. Once there was a rich man. He was immensely rich that he could buy anything under the sun with money. He had a lot of palatial cars, a lot of buildings. But he was not at all happy. He had all debilitating diseases like blood sugar and blood pressure, etc. His nights were sleepless. He was tossing about for the whole night. He had insomnia. A doctor was always with him. It all happened because of his wayward life in his youth. Then he went on drinking, gambling, and venting. In the middle age, he couldn't eat food. And the saying goes on, you all know, if you don't eat food like medicine, you had to eat medicine like food. It was true in his life. He had all psychosomatic illnesses. He had a family which contained his wife and 2 children. His wife never cared him. She was a society lady, and she went out every morning in such a pleasure, of course, under the pretext of dog shows or social work. She went out. To the children, he was an ATM, means an anytime money. They forgot to call him father. So the man never got love. A lot of servants were with him, but he was not at all happy. He was afraid of death. He thought that somebody would kill him, not to pilfer his money. This man used to look around from the top of his house every evening. And there he happened to see the house of a cobbler. The cobbler was also of his own age. But he was always singing while working. He too had a wife and 2 children. His wife always helped him in his work. His children too lent a helping hand. He was leading a very happy life. Every evening he sold out his chappals or shoes in the market, and with that money he purchased some materials to prepare food, and his wife prepared food. He had a one-time meal only. He had with his family and had a very sound sleep at night. He was not afraid of anything. Nobody would pilfer his money. He was not worried about the dead past and the unborn future. He was living in the present. He was toiling and moiling from dawn to dusk. One day the rich man invited the poor man to his house and inquired him, what is the reason for his happiness? What made him happy, he wanted to know. The poor man said that he didn't know. He never thought about his life at all. He was happy. Even though he had a hand-to-mouth existence, he never thought about his life. The rich man couldn't make out anything. He found that he was immensely rich. He was not at all happy. The poor man was not at all rich, but he was always happy. The poor man was contented. While parting, as a moment of happiness, the rich man presented the poor man a bag full of money, a money bag. He took it with hesitation and went home. On reaching home, he called his inmates, that means members of the family, and they all started counting it. Their eyes dazzled because it was gold coins. After counting, he found that they were only 99. One coin was missing. For the first time in his life, he doubted his wife and inquired her whether she had taken one. The poor woman couldn't control her tears. It was for the first time her husband doubted her. Tears trickled down her eyes. She said that she didn't take. Then he queried his children. He even checked their pockets, but they had taken one. They too were sad because their father wrongly accused them for the first time in their lives. The poor man became ambitious after getting this money. He put the money under his bed and lay upon it. He stopped working. He stopped singing. He was daydreaming. He was building castles in the air. He thought that his wife was scraggy. She was not at all beautiful. And he wanted to remarry. He thought about it. Why couldn't he marry a beautiful girl? The poor woman came and told him that they could build a house there. But he scoffed at her by saying that it was his money and he would decide what to do. His children too had dreams, and they came and said that they could start a shoe business in the city. He didn't accept it. The money made him self-conceited and self-centered, greedy. He also had insomnia. He thought that somebody would kill him to take the money. It went on for 2 days. On the third day, sense dawned on him. He took the money and went to the rich man's house. He knocked at the door. When the rich man came, he told him these words, "Sir, take back your money and give back my happiness." I don't think that this man got happiness after that. There is one more saying, a fool and his money are soon parted. But the story tells us that too much of anything is good for nothing. Too much money will never make you happy. One can be happy with 2,000 rupees a week. One cannot be happy with 20 lakhs rupees a week. It all depends on our mentality. So contentment is everything. Be contented with what you have. Be happy with what you have. You must work hard to attain more, but be happy with whatever you have. Thank you.